the short.
What's something people don't know about podcast disclaimers? They're the ultimate cover our butts move. All right, folks, let's get real. You know those disclaimers at the start of podcasts? The ones that say these opinions are our own and not our employers, friends, or anyone who might sue us. Yeah, those. Why do we need them? Because Stacey and Casey here, well, we might say something bonkers. And we don't want you blaming our bosses, our moms, or that guy who bagged our groceries last week. Nope, it's all on us, people. Think of it like this. We're just two dudes with microphones and way too much free time. And while we're at it, let's be clear. Our jokes, rants, and random thoughts, purely our own genius or nonsense. Depends on the day, so sit back, relax, and remember, if you're offended, it's definitely not because of our employers. It's all Stacey and Casey, baby. Covering our butts, one disclaimer at a time.
What it do, baby?
What it is, Jive Turkeys. I am Casey.
I am Stacey.
And we are
surviving the snowstorm. And
the Stacey and Casey Show.
As you can see, that was Casey trekking through the snow there.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Sit on Santa's lap.
I'll pass.
We don't know if he's gay or
He
touching
might.
you a certain way. He will jingle his bells tonight, thinking of you. It's beginning to look a lot like. I just made that up.
Hey, it was actually pretty good. I was like, let's see how far he can go and how long he can go.
Yeah, that's a short right there.
Casey about to get a rap song, a rap album going.
I'm gonna go aluminum.
Hey, we're gonna get you and Devin to do a rap battle.
Oh man, you don't want none of this.
You don't want none of this, huh? Hey, look. So we were talking about topics for the show, and we were just shooting the shit, and we started talking about realizations we've had as we've gotten older. Right?
Yes.
Maybe realizations we had when we were younger.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of realization. And we're not talking just politics. We're not talking bullshit. We're talking everything.
Just,
I mean,
everyday shit.
One of my ones that we talked about when you talked about Christmas was when did you realize the Christmas spirit was gone?
And I was actually talking to my mom the other day, or actually this morning, and talking about how the family isn't like what it used to be, and that sucks. And I feel as if Christmas has overall been differently. Correct me if I'm wrong. When I was a kid, I remember going and seeing all the uncles, grandparents, everybody at the Christmas gatherings. And now I can't think of the last time I went to a gathering of more than like 4 people.
Seriously.
It used to be so many
Six on a good year.
So many people back in the day, you had to ask, oh, what's that cousin's name again? Because there's so many of them there. And now it's like, dude, I'm not on social media. I forget who's in my family. Shit.
Now, for me, it's the same way. I think about gathering at my grandma's, had all these people literally everywhere eating. Like you'd have your food, everybody gathered around Thanksgiving. This year we're, 6 people at the table, talking, shooting the shit, talking about conversation that we should have through the year, but we never conversate. Asia never talks to her sister. So we're trying to catch up on a year's worth of shit in an hour or two. And it's really fake conversation because we give a fuck, but you can tell when they don't give a fuck, because if they gave a fuck, they would try, right? So
everybody's just being fake.
Yeah, is what it feels like. And it's when I realized that, and I sit back and I'm like, man, Christmas spirit's dead. And I realized for me, the Christmas season truly died when, and this is sorry age, but when her grandma died, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that was, my family was never big on Christmas. We didn't gather at one place. When my grandpa died, the gathering for Christmas ended, right? Her grandma, when she died, the gathering for Christmas ended. And it's, her aunt still tries to keep it together, but if we only talk to you once a year, what's the point? And I feel like that's where Christmas spirit died. I feel like family died, but the holiday season really died. It's all about buy. Who can get the next deal? Where can you get the next deal? Not how do you remember to make, grandma's spätzle? Or how do you remember to make so and so's biscuits. The things that the elders, I guess you would say, were proud to pass down. We've kind of just thrown to the wayside. I mean, would you agree there? Disagree?
Yeah, I mean, I agree 100%. And all I
Divorce
do
helps
these.
kill the family.
What does?
Nona said, divorce helps kill the family.
I was just gonna say the more divorces and relationships I got into, the least amount we spent time with the holidays, taking them seriously because there's always something new at the table or something new going on, and when that happens so many years in a row, it just becomes the norm, and that's sad because you're supposed to be with the same person forever and or at least not 4 people within a year, you know?
Yeah.
So
you shouldn't be loving 2 people, and you shouldn't be I'm so in love with a person twice in a year. If that's the case,
yeah, and
maybe
then,
you don't know what love is.
And then it's like, oh yeah, it's the 3rd one this month to meet mom.
That's crazy.
Whatever the case is, I'm just saying nobody's perfect. And
no, it's crazy you say that because I thought about the other day. I was like, man, if Asia ever broke up with me, right? Like, the next person wouldn't meet my mom. Like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, when you think about that shit, like the family tradition, right? Like, I wouldn't even be able to keep that side of the tradition on my family up, which is not something to laugh about, but it's real.
Hey, speaking of significant others, Paula, love you. Hope you're having a great bath. She said she's going to take a bath and listen to our show.
She said, tradition is lost, Paula said. Nona said, one side does one thing, the other nothing. It becomes too crazy as you get older. Yeah, I actually talked to a customer the other day that said for Thanksgiving, they were happy to hide. They've cooked for 40 years, and this year they're hiding. They hadn't decided if they were going to go on a road trip just to get away, to disappear, or whatever it may be, but they wanted to get away.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's more and more of the family dynamic nowadays, is I just want to get away from all the bullshit, all the nonsense, all the hectic, and I just want peace. And Thanksgiving used to be hectic, but it was still peaceful. You came out of it energized because you were around family, around friends. You laughed. You normally had a good laugh. Hey, Amy, welcome in, welcome in. We appreciate you.
And even when I was in my my marriage and everything, we had to go to all the different families and stuff, and we did it all because it was worth it. It was worth it to see her family, make sure the kids see those grandparents, and then make sure the kids see these grandparents too, so they get equal, influence, knowing that family should be strong, and that's a good message to give to your kids. So now that we're getting older and we see that we just convoluted all these years together with all this not that good stuff, then I don't know. I have a lot, I would say regret. I have a lot of regret.
No, it's crazy because Nona said when we go to the church and serve dinner, I did dinner for 1,000,000 years. That's, to me, that's dope as far as for the community. But I always look at Christmas spirit as dead when you get into Santa. There's no more malls for you to go line up and even take pictures with Santa, right? They want to bring him to the school building now, but how can I want my kid to believe in this if I'm taking him to the same building he goes to every day to meet the motherfucker? Like, it don't make sense.
The same reason that you would see a picture of yourself as a child sitting on Santa's lap, crying or not crying, and still have that little smirk.
But that's family tradition.
So you hope the kid had that same nostalgic feeling. Yeah, tradition.
So that could be the death of family tradition. We do Santa photos, so I can't say anything there. But I think about, where do you go get them nowadays? Because the mall's gone. That was the big thing. I remember me growing up Northwest Plaza. They had the circle with the fountains that they would line up for to get onto the platform to take a picture with Santa. It was a big deal.
Are you kidding me? If you ask any kid right now, how do I get a picture of Santa without getting a picture of Santa at the mall? They would go, dude, AI. Just take a picture of yourself. Say, use this picture. Take a picture of me with Santa. Put Santa next to me.
Hey, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
I know I'm getting old, so whenever I answer a question, sometimes I think, what would a kid say?
Chesterfield or West County Mall, there's still Santas. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I know there's still Santas because people dress up for them, but nowadays, would you trust that Santa to have your kid on their lap? As Casey said in the beginning, like they want to play or touch for their jingle bells all the way, and I'm good.
Dude, I was telling Stacy before the show when we brought up the topics, this one in particular. I told him,
we got you, Amy. Here we go.
every time I took my kids to sit on Santa's lap for pictures, I always looked at them and thought, how many times have you seen newscasters like interview the neighbors of like sociopaths or like crazy people? They're like, oh, we didn't see it coming. I was like, man, this guy can be a total dirtbag. And you're like, yeah, sit on his lap and tell him what you want for Christmas and let him touch your leg.
So it's not they don't have Santa at the malls anymore, Amy. It's where the malls. The malls are closing. They're outdoors. They try to make you in and out. Who wants to stand outside in this cold ass weather to get a picture with Santa?
And who would open up a store in the mall when it's not going to do good business when Amazon's getting all the business? They're closing the stores because they're not making money. No one's going to overpay for something you can buy on this thing right here in your
for
hand.
The cheapest rate possible, and they'll price match it.
Yeah.
Like
kids go to the mall for either shoes or to hang out with their friends. That's the trend I see.
He might, again, that's an indoor mall, Amy. So that's good to know as far as I appreciate that info. We're talking about in general, as far as the dying of traditions, right? As far as the family dynamic of the Christmas feeling isn't here anymore. I'm not hearing Christmas music yet, which that'll change, I know.
Uh-huh.
But at the same point, I remember right after Thanksgiving, it was trees went up. You know what I mean? And then there was the Christmas music, and we were prepping for it. And it was the 24 days of Christmas, just different things that spiced it up. Now it's all 24 days of spending, 24 days of spending, 24 days of spending.
Dude,
and it's,
if I see one more FanDuel commercial or
that's, dude, when did you look? There's another. When did you realize, right? When did you realize America's gone to hell? When they marketed fucking FanDuel everywhere.
When I know all the celebrities that are corrupt start advertising for them, for the certain companies, I'm like, all right, don't trust that company.
Like, what's in it? Give us a company.
FanDuel, Kevin Hart.
Okay.
I don't trust him. He'll be in anything that they tell him to be in.
Amen, Nona.
And he will, yeah. And if they tell him to promote this, I don't know. There's no morals involved with anything that's promoted by certain people. I think. And Kevin Hart, I don't trust him.
The true meaning of Christmas, right there. Christ is born, Nona.
Hey, Christ is the reason for the season, and if you can't admit that, then you can't open up your gift. So,
well, let's use that for the next question. Let's use that for the next question. This was when we were trying to be positive, and we're trying not to be too negative. But when did you realize something you prayed for or hoped for came true? What you got for me?
Okay, so we're playing this. So when did I realize that something I hoped for or prayed for came true?
Yes.
Something I hoped for or prayed for, because I know there's things that I would say I should have hoped for that happened, like finding Paula, but I wasn't praying for that. I wasn't looking for anybody. That
was something you hoped for,
or
worked for, prayed for, or focused on that came true for you.
Actually, that I worked for and hoped for, living in a life where I don't, and even bringing it up kind of goes against everything, but not having any alcohol or anything in my life, and not like having. I never thought I'd get away from drinking so much where I don't think of it on a regular basis, unless I'm around a bunch of people drinking. It's like I hoped that I can step away from it and not step back like I did once before. I quit drinking for 8 months once, pat myself on the back, and then fucking hit hardcore again. And I was like, nobody can ever quit this. So I hoped and prayed for one day I was strong enough to have it not be a part of my life to the extent where I know it's going to last forever. And I sincerely believe I have that. So, yeah, there's one thing right there. What about yourself? Something that you hoped for and prayed for that you realized that you got?
Man, my whole life is what I prayed for. No, honestly, not to sound corny, but I prayed for happiness, prayed for love, prayed for prosperity, prayed for the ability to have a healthy child. So I think that may be probably my biggest prayer answered. That was literally every day, multiple times a day, the whole pregnancy. Just let them come out healthy. With all the shit that goes on, what you see through pregnancies, I would just let them come out healthy. Now, that's probably the biggest one answered, because now he's healthy and a smart ass. And now I'm like, damn, God. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gave me overly healthy, and I appreciate it, but he's a little smart ass. I love him to death.
This is the only thing I'm bitching about. I'm winning. Yeah.
getting first place last month. There you go, Paula. Hey, look again.
Is that my wife?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that maybe is something
Thanks,
she was wanting, and that's again, shout out to Casey holding it down, bringing it in, bringing on the W.
I wasn't really trying. I just kind of got first place because I'm a fucking badass.
There you go. And we literally talked about that. He's like, I'm not doing anything different.
I'm not gonna lie. I use the product that I sell. I believe in it, and I have a good fucking attitude, and I'm making money doing it. So
Let's
if you follow those little steps right there, you'll either be successful or you won't. And yeah.
So enough of the brown nose. And next question for Casey's was, when did you realize you weren't gonna make it in pro sports?
Yeah, because let's admit it, we all get into sports, we all dream of being a pro, and there's that one time when you realize, or at least for me,
amen, no,
I ain't gonna make it
in pro sports,
and I make it pro.
Really quick, just because Nona said you got it, both of you, life is a journey and hope and prayers, and once in a while you win. Amen. And you got to celebrate the wins, is what I try to make people understand. It's a win. Even if you made it to work safely, that's a win. The biggest win you get every day, though, besides air, clean drinking water.
Mm-hmm.
People don't understand it is the most slept on, one of the leaders in diseases. Hey, it's a true blessing to have clean drinking water. But I didn't play sports, so I didn't have to worry about going pro. Never once crossed my mind.
Really, not when you were a kid. You didn't think, well, we never really into a sport big time, were you?
We didn't have money.
You don't
gotta have
money
money to play sports.
The poorest people in the world are the best at sports. Like third world countries, soccer. You can be poor and run around.
But they have a way to play it, right? I was at a place where I went to school at 5:30 in the morning. I got home at 6 o'clock at night. Had to do homework and be back at school the next day.
Okay, so you're nothing but all schoolwork and
until high school, and then
you never had any time for any types of.
No, we played stuff in the neighborhood, but when it came down to where you could actually get into the sport that would lead you there, we're not a third world country, Casey. So guess what? In America, you got to be part of organized sports.
You don't have to be a part of an organized sport in order to play it. My point is
to go pro. You do. The question was
something.
Casey always targets one part of a statement. To go pro. I never had the urge to want to go pro.
That's fine.
That wasn't a good answer for you, so you asked me a question, and I answered
on a separate question. I was like, "Oh, didn't you ever get into any sports?" And you basically told me I didn't have time.
I wasn't allowed outside at certain points.
So
I had to stay in the house. Again, nope, didn't have time.
Okay.
Yeah, wasn't allowed. Whatever makes you feel better, because I'm going to start targeting your conversation that way. I promise. It's going to reverse back.
Here we go.
So, no, it's never is the answer good enough. So then I give you another answer, and then you want to try and nitpick it when you know that ain't even the answer. My first answer wasn't good enough.
I thought your answer was bullshit.
That's fine. But in reality, I mean, you play your neighborhood sports. To go pro in a sport would mean you played on a team. You actually thought you were going to do this. You don't just play in a neighborhood sport at the basketball hoop and say, I'm going to be Michael Jordan without ever playing an organized sport.
You played neighborhood sports at a basketball hoop.
Yeah, sure. Whatever works.
That was a question other than, did you ever...
Again, you pinpointed that out of it when I said again, in my way of answering your question is simply, you go into an organized sport, you get there. That could see how you would think that. I never thought about playing a pro sport.
Okay.
That should be a good enough answer.
All right.
Now, as far as coverage.
Yeah, coverage.
My funny one, which will lead really well into this. When did you realize you were poor? Now, I want the people watching to answer this question as well. When did you have a moment in time where you're like, damn, I'm poor?
When I was stealing toilet paper from Charter.
That's legit. That's a legit answer.
I don't think poor. I think it was just bad with money.
That's fair too. Or it's something that was readily available that you didn't have to worry about, right?
Yeah. That's one of the times.
What else you got?
When our van got repossessed. Okay. That was another time. Oh, when the electric got shut off and we used to have to walk the kids over to the office at the apartment complex and use their public showers downstairs for like the showers.
Okay.
And I felt Or
See, mine was a first world problem when it was me and Asia was when I realized we were watching DVDs, which is why we have a DVD collection because we didn't have cable. That was first world problems. You know what I mean? That's when I realized it. But then, I mean, as a kid, you realize when you don't play organized sports or everybody around you's on the baseball team and the neighborhood team, and then you're like, why am I not on it? Right?
Mm-hmm.
But then, when was the time that you thought you were rich? Either growing up or as an adult.
I thought I was rich. Wow.
Your mom said you need to get real. That was because Marty mismanaged your money and spent it on a bunch of crap instead of paying your
Oh,
bills.
100%. And at the time I did feel rich, as speaking of that, when Barney got put on food stamps, and I didn't say we were rich, we felt rich, and we had $460 of play money to spend at the store. And I was like, oh my God, this is what it feels like to pick meat without looking at the price tag. And it was crazy. I see why people get addicted to food stamps.
Yeah.
And that's when I felt rich, but ultimately I was the poorest of bougie, poor, white trash. So hindsight 2020, I could have done better for myself.
I like that, Nona, and I've been blessed enough to never really to be totally poor. Always had someone there to help me out, mom and dad, especially dad. That's shout out. I mean, that's good parenting, though, is that they're there for you. That's teamwork, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've had a few realizations. Cable was really the one for me. I know that sounds bad, but I mean, as kids, there's all types of shit I can realize or think about that I couldn't get the thing at the dollar store because we didn't have the money, and it was real life. We didn't have the money, so it was like now thinking to when my son's at the dollar store, I'm like, why couldn't you get that? It's a total reverse of thought, and it's nothing wrong with it. I know my parents worked their ass off for their shit. So the feeling rich though part, feeling rich flying for the first time. I didn't realize how common it was. Hey, that's real, Amy. I remember the first time my mom and my dad saved up when my grandma actually paid for it as well to send me to Idaho to see my grandma. Landing in Idaho, which all the people I knew were like, you're on the fucking Idaho. That's where the rich people live. I felt rich as fuck, right? We're riding all the way to our house. I'm thinking we're rich as fuck. I'm seeing some nice ass cars.
Yeah.
We pulled up in a duplex that looked like we were straight out of fucking St. Anne. I was like,
damn it.
Bro, you moved from St. I remember thinking you moved from where we're at. This is when my resentment for her formed. So I'm like, you moved from here to this, which found out a couple days later, this cold ass fucking place because it got cold all of a sudden. The fuck were you doing here? But I felt rich as fuck flying in, riding in the car there, seeing all the fancy shit, eating at Zips. Like it was little shit as a kid that you don't realize, like, you're not rich. This is normal, right? But is it normal to everybody? It's not.
I felt rich. Actually, this you reminded me of this. We went to a play when I was young, and I remember I went to the Men's Warehouse and I got fitted for a jacket, and I had like a nice button shirt. We went to this play where we just dressed up to the nines, They had an intermission. And I remember just everybody looking fancy, and we're up in these huge stadium seating, and then like it was watching a movie but played out by people, and I was like, "This is what rich people do," and that's what I was thinking. So that was a real, experience where I felt rich.
Another one for me, I guess, in that situation would have been when I bought tickets to the Kevin Hart show from the Asian, my mom.
Okay.
You feel rich obviously when you're spending money. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah.
I really felt rich the first time I went to a real steakhouse, and the ambiance and the way they cater to you. I was just like,
asking how you want your food.
Yeah, we fucking made it here, man. What is going on? This is not Applebee's. You know what I mean? Like, this is true steakhouse shit. Like when you're going out and dropping, you know what I'm talking about. Good eating.
And they ask what you want to drink, and you look at your mom. She's like, "You can get a shake." I'm like, "Yes."
Yes.
These are old school shakes. Those nice restaurants where they bring out the leftover in the
frost.
tin.
Yes.
It's not drank by the fucking guy back there. It's like, oh man.
Man.
The spoon with the extra long handle.
Denny's. We're talking about Denny's right now. Like, that's crazy.
All right, I'm Casey. Let's go.
I'm about to go get some ice cream.
Ice cream. I know. Shakes.
No. As far as what was your shake flavor as a kid?
Shake flavor as a kid, man. I would have to say chocolate chip cookie dough was always my go-to at like Blizzard and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was Asia's. Mine is Oreo cookies and cream.
Oreo's like
And now
the
I
ice
hate
cream
cookies
hack.
and cream.
Oh man,
That's
not
crazy.
Oreos yet. Cookies and cream is like good with every brand. You can't have a bad cookies and cream. That's like a hack.
I ate it as a kid so much that now I'm just kind of like, I need to advance my flavors. I want to try turtle like my parents used to eat. Weird as shit. You know what I mean? Like pecan praline, please. Like you're like, what the fuck,
Dude,
you old ass
yeah.
fucking man.
I'll try everything once when it comes to ice cream, but man, I stick to the favorites. Just vanilla mixed with different shit.
What's your one frivolous spend while you were feeling rich?
One frivolous spend
Frivolous spend.
while I was feeling rich.
Yep.
Ooh, a frivolous spend while I'm feeling rich. Shit. I don't know. I can't think of anything.
Concessions at the fucking baseball games.
Oh my god.
That shit to me, I look back at how much money I spent at my first football game. I was like, what the fuck was wrong with me? Just living in the moment.
Hey, I think this microphone's shutting off. Do I sound far away? Let me know. Because this light
Nona
keeps going
just
off.
admitted you guys were part of the mafia. She said, my dad was rich. He actually was a millionaire at one point, and he was Italian, so he wore rich well. And when I was with him, I felt really rich, fancy cars, a horse in the backyard. Oh, that's dope. That's. I don't know if that's feeling rich or you are rich.
I saw pictures
That's
when he
a
was younger. He
difference.
did look like mafia-ish, you know.
Yeah,
he's
but that's kind of funny as hell. As far as I'm like, I don't know if that's feeling it or if you're doing it. That's a little bit different.
I don't know if my mom was ever rich, but I do remember she talked about her BMW and hanging out with Rene Russo. So I mean,
I mean, you're somewhere up there. You're
apparently they went to the same high school. So
hey, that'll do it. That'll do it.
apparently,
All right,
if I'm
so
not wrong.
what other when you realizes did we have? Because we were kind of talking about this, just realizations in life. So the other one was, when did you realize that Israel owns everything?
Ooh, when did we realize, or I realized that Israel owns everything? When they get away with murder.
Your mic is not. Was
I
the
didn't think
response?
so. Yeah. I don't know. I need to troubleshoot this thing. The light keeps going off after a while, and I don't know what
Let me
I'm
see.
doing.
Let's see it real quick.
I think there's a USB port that needs to be plugged in for power.
Oh, does it need to be charged?
Probably.
Well, I don't have one of those down here.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It needs to be charged. Damn it.
Well, we'll make sure we got charge ports here. We'll get you a charger down here.
Yeah.
But
Oh well.
what we'll do in the meantime,
We'll share, because sharing is caring.
sharing is caring, Gaby. You sound far and underwater. Some expensive ass microphones, man. Always some extra shit.
Man, this is a fucking Mayono.
Whatever that means. I don't know
either. I don't even know if I said it right.
But
it was on sale, motherfucker.
When did you realize? What do we got? Israel owns everything.
Israel owns everything. I think the fact that you get to the top of the pyramid and you can't talk bad about Jews. It's like, okay, well, it's
juice boxes.
That's the one thing you can't talk bad about, and so that means they're in charge.
We can still hear you.
Oh, good.
Oh, loudmouth ass. Your mom, she's bragging. She said, I got a Fiat for my 16th birthday and a brand new BMW 02 for graduation. 1973, and I barely graduated. I don't think you meant a 2002. I think you meant something else there.
Yeah, and probably in 1972.
I think she meant to say the model of the year, like the 228 or whatever. Well, I'm going to be honest.
Same year they invented the microwave.
There were moments in time in my childhood that I thought we were poor, and then there were times where I thought we were rich. Like when my mom was signing off because her credit was good to get me a brand new truck. And I realized that my income was playing into that, right? I just knew that her credit was good. And like her length at work would get off on the truck. And then sure enough, and then the first time I couldn't make a truck payment, second time I couldn't make a truck payment, she was able to make it. I'm like, there's something you ain't telling me. Are we rich? So they tell me now, but
budgeting.
As far as no, that was yeah, you're right. That was my mom's expertise, and that's why I think about as far as people with budgets and certain shit. When I hear people talking about, it, I'm like, if you budget for real, then you can afford this.
I don't do the budget, but my goal is to not spend.
More than I make.
My wife's laughing on the other side. She's like, "Go on. What are you getting ready to say? You don't spend money." She lets me buy whatever I want, and I only ask for things when I know I'm making enough money to justify it. So I feel rich on a regular basis because I feel like I get whatever I want. I don't know. That's
Good answer, Amy. Poor, eating really gross food and being convinced it was what everybody ate. How ironic!
Well,
I'm
it just so
glad you
happens.
say that.
just
From our perspective, we're looking at healthy brands, avocado-based oils, healthy. If you look at our pantry, we have for poor people, right? We have that's for poor people. Who buys our? I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. It's unhealthy. Now that I know what's in it. Bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer, do you?
So the guy has recently been fired that made those statements. But speaking of poor eating, it
Well,
made me think about, damn, we know
man.
nobody questioned where the 3D printed meat, the lab grown meat was going to be, and now it kind of got thrown right in our faces. They told us, like they always do, it's in Campbell's soup. And I remember when you used to think you'd go to the store and get Campbell's soup, and you thought you had money getting Campbell's. Now you're telling me it's for poor people. That's when I realized I was poor. Was when they told me. Now I had a realization: poor people eat Campbell's soup.
Yeah,
That's
after
great.
hearing that, and the guy that it's come from the horse's mouth saying this is cheap food that we sell to poor people, and I'm thinking, wow,
I'm
Wait,
poor.
yeah. Well, we don't eat Campbell's soup because we just don't. But
I make my
it's-
shit homemade, but Asia used to love it. Like I told you, for lunch, that was her thing. She'd run over to the aisle. She's like, "It's cheap. It's easy. I can eat it. Don't got to worry."
now,
Okay.
now that's so mind blowing, right? That Campbell's came out with that whole thing. That's why everybody's listening to it. Oh my God, Campbell's, a huge name, saying that it's cheap for poor people and it's
Wasn't
shitty,
Progresso.
and it's shitty food, and it is cheap. I mean, if you were to line up the cans on in the fucking aisle, you're buying a bunch of Campbell's.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you, when you're getting a good deal at a fast food chain or a good deal somewhere, you're not looking into what's in it. You just know it's cheap and it gets you by. What other places are using fucking
Human meat.
Human meat. Not talking about processed meat yet or printed meat.
Human meat.
Human meat.
I'm going more and more down this rabbit hole of how they don't make enough cows to just supply McDonald's. Just to supply McDonald's with the amount of meat they sell a day, you have to shut out all the other beef suppliers.
Yep.
Then I get into Wagyu beef, right? This Kobe, this high-end Japanese shit. You can tell me you serve this cow beer and you hand massage it and you do all this shit. How do I know this isn't just a little person? You know what I'm saying? Like that you're serving me a cut of. Like I don't know, but it's at this point. Where's the shit coming from? You talked about coffee. I don't even want to know. Probably fucking human hair.
And they just did a crazy test where they said they tested some meat from McDonald's and they came with different DNAs from like how many different sources? Like a crazy amount, hundreds of different DNA. So it's like all this meat's thrown together and processed.
Dude, in Ohio, they had a lab straight test McDonald's meat and it came back with human flesh, and nobody's talking about it. Really quick, Amy said growing up, we ate Vienna sausages as a snack.
Oh,
cinnamon toast, which was just butter, cinnamon, and sugar. Yep, we ate that. Shit on a shingle was very common.
Shit on a shingle.
Yeah. My mom made it look gourmet. I could go on. What's shit on a shingle?
Shit on a shingle was a bunch of slices of meat, and it was in a gravy, and you threw it on bread or something. And shit on a shingle. I forget exactly the
Salisbury
ingredients.
steak.
I've heard the name. I think my stepdad used to reference it a lot.
Hmm.
What is shit on a shingle?
Ours was beans. Dude, I fucking was miserable.
Yeah, Siri.
I
Hey,
knew
Siri.
funds were tight. You don't gotta ask it on the mic. Like, I knew funds were tight when I would come home and there was a pot of beans on.
Hey Siri.
I'm like, shit, this is gonna be dinner the next
What
3
is shit on a
days.
shingle?
Oh man. You know what I mean? Like, as far as
Chipped beef. Sorry about that. Chipped beef is a form of
chipped
pressed,
beef.
salted,
Amy
and
already
dried
answered
beef.
it.
Oh, thanks, Amy.
She ate it. She knows what it is. Like, your mom said we buy Progresso, but I make all my own soup. It's easy. Same. I love making soup. We actually just over the weekend, knowing snow was coming, we lined everything up. I actually, talking about what we like to do, you know, I said I like to cook. I made homemade chicken and dumplings for the first time ever.
Never was a fan. How did it turn out for you?
Man, look, I know you don't like certain foods.
Yeah.
I'm willing to say this shit could have converted anybody that don't like it. I was fucking mind blown. I'm talking about mind blown. Shout out to Asia, who got a good ass dumpling recipe. We did drop dumplings, not the sliced. So you drop the dough balls.
I'm convinced it's something I
White
just
flour
don't
poured
like.
over toast. Amy, that's poor. You're hitting poor levels. You say shit like that. That's poor. Chipped beef and white cream sauce on toast is SOS.
I felt poor when I was making macaroni and
That's John.
cheese. No milk. just butter.
I mean, I had cereal with water. I mean, at least we had cheese to melt on the toast in the microwave. I will say mayonnaise toast, but at least we had mayonnaise. So were you really that poor? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
we just
no, I
hadn't
was
been to the
never really that
grocery
poor.
store yet. I don't want to knock them like that, but I mean, there were times we ate some weird shit. But beans was when I knew. Like, what was your dish when? Well, I mean, you didn't have struggle meals, maybe, but when you knew you came home, all right, don't ask for shit at the store this week because we're eating this.
Oh shit! Like as family with like my kids
Mhm.
and shit. Like oh man, when we're really struggling, we're eating. Man, we were really good at raiding the cupboards and just getting like whatever boxes. It could be a mixed thing of like whatever protein we have mixed with rice. You know, we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
So it's mixed food night. That's what it is called.
Yeah. Ours was soup for yourself night growing up.
Yeah. Guess what? It's breakfast for dinner. We're having cereal. It's like,
I mean,
wait
but
a
you got the
second.
cereal.
This isn't a hearty breakfast for dinner. This isn't
But-
pancakes, but you really picture.
But no, the chicken and dumplings, I really think. The next food day at work.
I'll try it, man.
Man,
but-
look, the next food day at work, I'm making that shit.
Oh shit!
I
I
don't
love that
care.
jelly in
I'm
my
making
truck.
that shit. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was one, and then of course we did chili. John makes it from packaged roast beef. It's real gross, kind of, and a white gravy paste, salt and pepper, kind of bland and on toast. That's from Nono. And then John said chip beef and white cream sauce on toast is SOS. Shit on a shingle. I don't know. Hamburger helper is one of those things I don't eat though. Growing up, now that I don't like beans, people are like, why you don't eat beans? Man, bro, that was the struggle meal. We were eating that shit for 3 days and the house would stink because my dad had no self-control. Like it was,
Yeah, what's that one food that just stinks up the house that you hate making because just for days?
I don't make it. Never have made it. When I was young and I was trying to flirt with some bitch, I was at her house while she was making tripe.
Tripe.
Boiling tripe.
No? Okay.
I'll never eat it. I don't ever want to smell it again. I threw away the clothes I was wearing. No.
Threw away the clothes. I
No.
burnt it.
It was bad.
Yeah, tripe, huh? Okay.
What was yours?
I would say any Indian family ever whose house I went over. You walk in, you're like, nope, couldn't live here. Hey, sleepover's off. Sorry, Mohammed.
Me and Asia lived in this apartment and we got an Indian neighbor above us. We were gone not long after.
Oh
It's
my
like,
God.
this shit is crazy. I
It
don't
smells like
understand it.
beans and some sort of paste in here.
Hey, you're not wrong, Amy. Tuna helper and hamburger helper was a staple in the 80s, and then it got overly salty, and I can make the shit at my house cheaper than buying it in a box. If I gotta buy the hamburger either way, the pasta's $1. Just, you know what I mean? Like at that point, I might as well just make it myself, and it's healthier. But I know some people that swear by it. I know Kirsten, this my best friend, childhood best friend, growing up, her mom made tuna casserole. Man, I don't even eat fish. This shit to this day, just talking about it made my mouth water. Like, if Kirsten's listening, hey man, if your mom ever makes it, I will make my way through hell and high water to come get some.
Man.
Had peas. Do you like peas?
Oh yeah, yeah. I like peas, especially I like a shepherd's pie. I barely ever eat it. I can't remember the last time I
That's
had it.
mashed potatoes with the roast and the
peas and everything, all
carrots.
like layered shit. That's just my jam. But man, I was thinking a taste that I haven't had forever that I remember, even as a small child. My mom was gonna call it. It's called the bucket. It was in Eagle Rock in California, and they had these deep fried homemade chips. Fries, like little circle fries, and they had this mustard base ketchup sauce that you dip it in. And man, I'm telling you, it just had this little taste that was so. That's one of those childhood tastes that I miss.
So it's funny. That's where I was going with the dumplings. I was trying to make that childhood taste. I couldn't.
The nostalgic taste of like that cookie that was just
a really good cookie.
Man, like a cookie that reminds you of Christmas. For me,
the sprinkles on it, the red and green
you get a good sugar cookie. Yeah,
that's Asia's thing with the red and green.
Oh, that grandma had in that fucking tin. And there's the ones that are a little bit darker that you didn't like, but the circle ones that, you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
It was like a pretzel, but it's not.
Yep. Yeah. Man, cookies. I'm a chocolate chip cookie fanatic. Like, I love chocolate chip cookies.
I baked some chocolate chip cookies. I'm gonna give you tomorrow. Oh my god, they have walnuts in them. They have so many chocolate chunks.
That's not a chocolate chip cookie.
And last time I didn't mix in the butter right at the right time with the egg and everything, and they came out cake like and disgusting. Ooh. And these ones came out like, when they raise and they fall. These ones fell.
They're soft.
Dude, I'll bring you in some tomorrow.
Your mom just said some wild shit. I used to have to boil tripe for my ex-husband's chihuahua, and it was disgusting. Hey, what was it, like a special diet?
Don't take the red pills on the counter.
Hey,
take the green ones in the cupboard.
Hey, tell Juan, get his fucking chihuahua and the tripe the fuck up out of there. Hey, that would have been the immediate. I need to leave this motherfucker. You want me to boil tripe for your dog? Hey,
I don't remember any of that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Nah, you want to hear some poor, terrible dog owner shit? My dog's got in the trash. Ate a whole chicken carcass.
Wow.
Neither one of them had any issues except for Pablo. He threw up 2 chicken bones. And that's when I realized he was so stupid, he didn't even chew up the fucking food. He just was swallowing it because they came up whole bones. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, I'm glad you didn't die like that. But after we get past that, like, you are really stupid. And I know the only one that would have helped you do this is Angel, because that little bitch loves chicken. So it's like, man, when did you realize that maybe vets might be a waste of money?
Yeah, when every time I take my dog in.
Thanks. Every time.
No, one time he did have to get on meds and stuff, and he had some skin rash thing that meds took care of. But other than that, it's so easy to overreact when it comes to your dog with stupid shit, and nature usually takes care of itself. So yeah, that's being a pet owner. Sometimes it's best just to put them down yourself.
Man, look, hey, that's crazy. That's wild. I mean, that's the ultimate betrayal. Like, I loved you all your life. Now I'm taking it. No. No, Angel, we took her out. We were at the lake, went on a long walk, had her in the water, playing in the water. She gets home, lethargic as hell. Like, I'm thinking this bitch is dying because she was just fine. And now she's like not moving, not responsive. We throw her in the back of the truck, like not in the back of the truck, but in the back seats of the truck. Racing down the highway, I'm freaking out. I'm bawling my eyes out, thinking something's wrong. For this bitch to get to the vet, lay on the tile floor, drink a little water, and cost me $700 because she was overheated from playing outside. I got charged $700 for laying on a tile floor, and that's when I said, "You motherfuckers are a fucking scam." Like, you knew this bitch was overheated when I walked in. You could have been like, "She's fine, let her be." But you treated it like she had a fucking snake bite. She was back fine before she went back there. And you were like, oh no, at this point, we got to take her back to make sure she's fine.
Even
No, you
your
don't.
own kid, you put it in the tub filled with ice cubes before you take it to the fucking doctor. But it's your dog and it can't talk. Oh my god!
Exactly. I'm flying down the highway. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the craziest shit. Yeah, that.
Just give her vitamin C, she'll be fine.
Well, here's a good one for you, Casey. When did you realize she was the one?
When did I realize that she was the one? Man, that is when I realized Paula was the one is when I kind of felt myself falling for her. And I told her, and this is back in the day when I was drinking, and I knew I was a sloppy drunk, and I knew it wasn't attractive, and I didn't plan on being with anybody, and I was happy being alone. And we were hanging out for a couple days, and I was having a good time, and I told her, don't ask me to quit drinking or slow down. You know, I'm gonna do what I want. And she said, I'll never ask you that. She said, I just think you're a really nice person. I think you're a good person, and I enjoy being in your company and being around you. And the sincerity of her saying that, and just like seeing where her heart was coming from. And I knew what parts she was talking about of me that she saw because I knew they existed. So at that point, I was like, holy shit, I would step in front of a bullet for this person right now. And that feeling started there, and it just fucking grew. And I would test it every now and then. And like, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? And just bring up situations. And man, we just hit on every level. Just like counterpart. Boom. That was like,
You about to cry. Look
dude,
at
I
you,
know.
little emotional.
I'm telling you.
Gay.
Hey, after a couple divorces and a million failed relationships, when you nail an awesome one like this, and you're like, if I go out tomorrow, I can say I fucking did it. You get a little teary eyed because it's very moving. It's it means a lot to me because we're all gonna die one day, and before you do, I hope you feel what I feel. That's all I want to say. And some people probably felt this times 10, and I'm just on the lower level, but I don't care. I can say I felt it. So,
There you go.
is this your water or mine?
It's my water.
Oh shit!
Your water's there, crybaby.
That's not. I'm thirsty. Not a crybaby, motherfucker.
Hey, when did I realize she was the one?
I'm just kidding. You're not a motherfucker.
Shit all the time, for real. Like, I ain't gonna lie. There's always moments and times I look at her and I'm just like,
You guys have been together
damn,
for how long?
18 years.
18 years.
Yeah. So when I say I look at her and I'm like, man, you reminded me today why I love you. You also reminded me a couple days ago why I want to cheat. But I still love you. It doesn't take away the love, right? Like, I still love you with all my heart, would die for you, kill for you, give it all for you. But, you drive me up the wall sometimes. But that's how I know I love you. Because when you have me at my maddest, that's when I really realize I love you, because I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
I don't even have the thought of leaving. Like, it never goes in my brain like either one of us leaving. It's just like,
It's not an option.
Yeah, it's never even going to cross my brain. It's just, those are the moments when I'm like, yeah, I love this motherfucker. Like, I can't, we talk different. Me and Asia talk different to each other. I mean, I literally told her to thug it out while she was having a baby. You know what I mean? Like, her mom thought I was being overly tough on her. Me and Asia were laughing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, we have a different bond. And I think that's why we've worked so well, is we're the bond that actually grew up and grew together, right? Like, you get a lot of people that grow up and grow apart. We grew up, grew together, grew apart, relearned each other, and are now relearning each other even more, probably than we ever have, because we're getting older. We're at different places. And instead of saying, fuck it, it's hard to relearn each other, we're just trying to relearn each other. And that's when I realized, again, I love this motherfucker, man. She hella cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I think I like spending time with her, when she's in a good mood. But there's other times where you're kind of like, I'm going to go ahead. You hang out here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go downstairs and watch TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I got to get the fuck away from you for a minute. I don't want to leave, but I want to get the fuck away from you. Like, but as far as, I appreciate it, Paula. Now, tell her thank you. She's the one that's been through it all. I was not the best boyfriend ever. This is my thing. I've always shown her that I'm here for her. I'm always here for her. I've not always made the best decisions when it comes to life decisions.
Of course not.
That have affected us.
It's been 18 fucking years and you've grown a lot.
Yeah.
think everybody has grown a lot.
Yeah,
And
but
has,
the problem is a lot of people in that growing grow apart and they don't care to relearn each other. They think that the grass is greener over there. Me personally, I got too much money tied in over here, so fuck what y'all talking about. We got to figure this shit out. I done tied up way too much money and I bought shit I shouldn't have bought if I was planning on leaving. You know, like if I was planning to leave, I wouldn't have bought half of the shit I bought. But at the same point, I wouldn't want to do it for nobody else.
hey, if you guys both have the same intentions in the long run, the little short runs are gonna work itself out.
Yeah, I guess. You know, normally, you know what I'm saying? There's still shit. She's a grudge holder. You know what I'm saying? She be tripping. Me, I let it all out in the moment. And after that, I forget it even happened. Normally, I just be like, fuck it. She's like, do you remember in 2009 and approximately? And then I'm like, you can't even remember dinner, motherfucker. You think you're going to tell me about some shit that happened 20 years? No, never.
That's my wife right there. She'll give you a date. She'll be like,
that's the manager
recording. Your eyes will close and she'll tell you verbatim what was said. I fucking love it.
That's the manager in them.
Oh,
Paula's a manager.
Asia's
a
manager.
Been managing for almost 20 years. But I'm saying that's when they can regurgitate that shit. I'm like, all right, quit treating me like an employee. Like, forget.
But you know what? That comes down to our nature and our strengths and our weaknesses. And a lot of women are nurturing, smarter minds. We're a lot of physical brute, and we all have pros and cons, man.
My favorite line is, "She makes the house a home." At the end of the day, like, she's the one that keeps it running smooth. I'm the one that's just like, she'll point. Basically, you need me there, I'm there. Other than that, we live our own lives. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but you've seen our interactions. Like, we live our own lives under the same roof.
Oh, can you imagine what your and mine houses would look like if you and I decorated them? I mean, it might look cool. Don't get me wrong.
I decorated my whole house, Casey.
See, I knew anything I brought up, you're just gonna.
No, dead ass. Asia will tell you she hates interior design. I love no Diddy before I say this.
Well,
I like interior design.
I thought my house looked pretty cool when I had my bed inside the living room. I thought that was really cool and convenient when I was living by myself. But when my wife came in, she's like, if I would be staying here, do you mind if we put the bed in the bedroom? I guess.
Because I would, if I've only showed up to one house with the bed in the living room. I'll never forget this shit. I showed up. They opened the door. I seen the bed in the living room. Like I said, it was a couple. And I was like, and the first thing they said is, where's Asia? I said, oh
shit.
I'm getting the fuck out of here. They're on some weird shit. I'm never again. And I never went back over there. Never talked to them.
They got a big mirror that might be a two-way mirror.
No, that is weird though, because that is one thing I do enjoy is the interior design, the figuring out what works. I don't know why, but this was the room you're in right now was what my living room looked like in my old house, except it was light blue walls. Asia hates it though, because she hates that I go extreme. Like, I grew up watching House Hunters and the shit that they watched on HGTV.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents didn't have the money to go to Gordman's or shit like that and buy this shit. So the moment I had the chance, as you see, I buy little trinkets and shit that means nothing because it fills the space properly. It makes the eyes flow across the room. So yeah, I'm a little different in that aspect.
I was more of like convenience. Have the bed right here.
Oh, I got it. I knew
the mini fridge right here.
Can walk in, fall on the floor, and the day is over. I'm out of here.
Yeah, exactly. If I can pass out in my living room, wake up, and my dresser's under the TV, and the bedroom's filled with birds. I mean,
it's filled with what?
Birds.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. No, that's. I guess I can see from a woman's point of view. You walk in on Paula's side, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna have to redo this a little bit. I can't have your friends walking in and seeing my underwear, you know.
Yeah, hashtag priorities. But
that's the priorities of a bachelor, though. It's just make money, live life. It's not. I think it's sad because we're so robotic. Men, we can wear the same shirt, different colors, same shoes, different colors. Not really triple robotic, but our hobbies will go to the extreme, from knife making to whatever it may be. I'm not going to name what my hobby is, or was, I should say. But
it could be all over the spectrum. But as long as you're in something that's making you enjoy your life, that's making you enjoy your life or be a better person and get you to your final goal and not setting you back like a bad vice, like drinking or gambling or something that has no
Drugs.
value, yeah, that
Drugs.
makes you feel good temporarily, not in the long term, that you wouldn't brag to your parents or your kids about, then you're probably not doing it right.
If that temporary satisfaction leads to long-term devastation, it might not be the right decision.
Yeah, if it's ruining your life, don't do drugs. This is a public service announcement from Stacy and Casey Show.
And I'm Stacy.
And I'm Casey.
And we just wanted to let you know, when did you realize that
I know your secret. You're gay.